Welcome back to another episode of The Breakdown, where we're going to analyze, discuss, postulate some potential outcomes of what's going to happen with this NBA slate for today. Sunday, May 26th. We finally have a home game. I'm sorry. We have a home game now for the Mavericks. This is game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. Minnesota Timberwolves are chasing and trying to stay non-fully dominated in the series by the Dallas Mavericks at home. At their home. The Mavericks' home. 2 away games. Is the Mavericks going to be able to close this game out? Close the series out at home? Or the Timberwolves going to bring it back to their house with at least one victory? That's what we're going to find out today, starting tonight. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Catch that bad boy. Like I said, the biggest thing I want to say is that we'll see. We'll see what happens. Last time, funny thing is, like, the Timberwolves so far at home have been pretty bad. Aside from the first series, until they played, at first, round 1, they swept, no worries, okay? Was it swept? Yeah, so they swept, no worries. Round 2, though, they ran to the Nuggets. Nuggets let them know that the home was not a safe place to be. There's not a safe place to be. No panic room here. Because they went home. Only time they went at home was, what? Game 5? Let's find out. They took 2 at home at Nuggets. They lost 2 at home. Lost another 1 at Nuggets. Wait. Took 2 at Nuggets, yes. Took 2 at Nuggets. 2 away games. Lost 2 home games. Oh, there you go. They lost a home game. Took away game. Something, I don't know, fuck it, whatever, don't matter. It doesn't matter. All right. Either way, they get roughed up at house. And the house, they're sitting there again, the ribs beating. That's what's happening. Nothing changed so far. So, on the road, though, let's see what happens. The Mavericks brought the heat at the house and see if they could return fire at home. Because everything's a little different on the home court advantage, which some teams play better away from home. Are 2 things you're reminded. Let's say, like I was saying before about the Heat. Miami's a squad that plays way better on the road than they do at home. And that's the only person I'm thinking about at the moment. Well, technically speaking, right now, playoff-wise, the Celtics are the same. Celtics are better. They're undefeated on the road, but not at home. So, let's leave it at that for that. Let's see what we got going to this. So, tonight, the spread, the numbers. We have kept Dallas, the favorites. Barely favorite right now. This is what time now? 5 o'clock. Man, we got only a couple hours before the game starts. So we're just a late one. I'm sorry, guys. Was too busy watching live betting the French Open for tennis all day. So I apologize for that. Threw me off a little bit. But right now, Dallas favorites get a negative 115 at ESPN Bets. Get the Minnesota for plus 105 at DraftKings. The best odds at the current moment now. Spread at 1.5. Negative for Dallas at negative 105 at Caesars, or positive for Minnesota at negative 110 at FanDuel. Over under 207.5. ESPN Bet at negative 105. Under negative 110 at FanDuel. All right, so going into this, this was so late in the day, we should actually have some information. If there's any injuries that are up to date. Mike Conley is still game time decision. Luka Doncic is still game time decision, just like last time. Anyone else coming in? Nope. Aside from that, nothing has changed. So, going to this home game, the only thing that you can really expect is to be a lot more animosity for the away team. The bench just turned to come more alive and be a little more valid. when they're at home. The bench is for the home team. If they even get played out like that. I mean, no, they actually been rotating people in for the most part. Luka and Kyrie have been mostly in for most of the time. With who else? PJ Washington was playing a lot of minutes too. I'm not looking at them, just thinking in my head as I'm talking. So that won't really change too much. The only thing that we're going to see is going to happen if they're going to make any kind of adjustments, the Minnesota side, to accommodate for the defense down low. Because the past 2 games, the biggest issue they've been having was unable to really score in the paint. And then they chuck out for the assists, they get the shots made, but then I'm making the threes if they need to actually overcome all the 2 points they're losing in the paint. That's the last time they gave up. There's a difference of 12 points in the paint that they were down, compared to the game before that was 24 points. So I'm been on Timberwolves side from the very beginning. Going into this series, I was expecting Timberwolves to not sweep, but maybe 4-1. Shit changed. Mavs definitely, they have evolved at the series, but as the playoffs have went on, they literally changed the skies, homie. Mavericks are doing work. Timberwolves are struggling now. Let's see if they're able to keep the series a series like they did with the Nuggets. Like, that's actually one thing that I don't know. This could be a mindset potential problem, but this is one thing that they. I remember Novak Djokovic has said, which is actually very true thing. Because actually, I can kind of relate to that personally for my skill wise. But when people play the best top dog people, they put a different level of motivation to try and take over. He said, being number one, everyone's always gunning at me. Everyone's trying to take me down. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's trying to give me the smoke. That's what Novak said. Djokovic, word for word, all right? Verbatim. Minnesota, going into Nuggets series, guess what? They came and brought all that smoke. They threw a bunch of massive blows, took a bunch of massive blows, threw some more, still victorious. And is it possible that they felt that they won the finals? Were winning against the Nuggets? It's hard to say. That actually could be the case, but mentally that could be where some of the people are at. And because coming to Dallas, me included, I expect to be a very dominant situation if they kept producing at the level at which I expect them to produce. They have not been producing at that level. They have not been making adjustments to this team. And so I feel that they were a little too overconfident coming into this. So that's actually the reason why they're struggling the way they're struggling now. So I'm not saying, not in any way, shape, or form can they apply the same exact defense that they apply to the Nuggets as they do here, because it's a different layout. I agree with that. But adjustments do have to be made. And Ant has not been scoring at all like he was scoring last time, and I don't think it's hit a possibility to do so unless you actually start making these 3-pointers they keep shooting. So that's actually the number one thing here going into this. For the most part, Mavericks, they don't need to fix anything or change anything until they're shown that they need to adjust something. Because right now it's working phenomenal. Every game, the tight game, the should have been tight game. And now that they're at home, the Mavericks should actually be having a much bigger spread because they're at home. But we shall see. Like, the spread being 1.5 says a lot, because someone knows something about someone doing something else. The books, the numbers, the information. Because that's the thing. All these books and these numbers for these odds are algorithm according to the information that people have. So that's when lines are really super efficient and super accurate to where it should be, and then again end up being that way, that's because the people have all the information to make the proper decisions to make these bets how they are. So make the odds where they are. And that's the thing, that's our job as sports bettors, to get as much information we possibly can to take advantage of the information that they have available to them. You know what I'm saying? There's always discrepancies. You got to find how to weave your way in. So right now, like I said, it would be in just 1.5 spread difference compared to the last 2 games. That just tell you something to worry about. They're expecting to be a close game. I'm expecting. Sorry, rephrase it. I'm hoping that the Minnesota Timberwolves actually bring a better game this time, a better game plan about how to adjust, because they had 2 games where they basically got their ass handed to them, and because you're not going to outshoot the Mavericks, not really, especially shooting like shit the way they're shooting. You know what I'm saying? So you have to do more points in the paint, focus more points in the paint, and what I say there. Take over the paint. You got bigger guys down low. Do what you gotta do. Get more rebound. Blah blah blah. Offensive scoring, defensive stoppages. You know what I'm saying? This kind of things. But that's irrelevant. Right now, what we need to do is think about who's gonna win. Honestly, I said my hope is deteriorating. I still had the belt. I ain't catch the shit out. That belt's still standing right there for this Minnesota Wolves to win the series. But to win this and be the Western Conference Final champions. Western Conference champions. I still have that bet going. But am I confident in that bet anymore? Not so much. I don't see any adjustment being made. Only that I keep seeing is excuses being told to me. I am foreseeing the Mavericks are going to do really good work early on. Will the Timberwolves be able to slow them down to prevent them from getting off and staying too high up, like the Pacers game? You know what I'm saying? Pacers and Celtics. Pacers went high up. Celtics slowly got back up and got close and then took over. Is that how I see this game going to be? I hope it's not. Like I said, I don't see Timberwolves actually being the team right now to actually do anything. So going against everything that I feel, I'm going to have to lean on the Mavericks. And because the numbers are so close, the 1.5 negative or the negative 115 for the money line, I'd rather go with the money line instead of them tying. Well, not tying, but winning the game, but you're losing by 1 point. And then you're losing that bet, you know what I'm saying? So I would say money line that, Dallas money line, negative 115, with still the over 207.5. Because the over is looking at, they've hit this combined a total of 5-11 out of 20 games. And so the under's all the way there, you know what I'm saying? So it's really kind of a coin flip, but I still foresee that it's going to be a relatively close game and both be over 100. How much over 100? That's what we're going to find out. Hopefully it's not a 206 or 208 point game, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still thinking it's going to be 207.5 over for that. So that's the play for today, guys. We're going to do that Dallas, negative 115, Dallas money line and 207.5 over. That's what I'm going to go with today. So let's go out there and make some money, guys. Happy gambling grinders. Make a wish out.